me up to play with the varsity when I was a freshman. So I was super grateful for that opportunity. And it was kind of the first time of my softball career that I had been, like sitting and, I got to, observe and watch. And I was super grateful just to be able to do that. But it was cool for me to be able to take on the role of like, you know what, I'm going to just hope that these girls are successful and I'm going to cheer them on. And then if I get a shot and an opportunity, then, I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to, hope that I can succeed too. So I think that's just being a good teammate is hoping for everybody's success. So the next thing that he wanted me to talk about was the do's and don'ts of social media. So I thought about this one a lot because I didn't really know what I wanted to say, but I think that there's, really good parts of social media and there's also bad parts of social media. So like a good part I would think would be like with Twitter and Instagram. Like with Twitter, I was able to, connect with college coaches and other girls who play softball. So that was super cool. And then like with Instagram, I can meet girls and, keep up with them on softball, like on Instagram. And then also this is kind of like social media. So this is also a good part of it. But you can also get, on the wrong side of social media if you, don't think something all the way through, or if you get involved in like drama or something like that. So I've never really had issues with like social media and stuff like that, but I know a couple friends like from my high school, a couple of girls have, and they just post something not thinking about it or thinking that it was funny or something like that, and somebody might take it the wrong way or something like that. So just for me, like before I post, I think like, is this like glorifying God? Because for me, if it's not, glorifying God, then I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to put anything out there that I don't, want like my grandmother to see or my mom to see. So that's just like a rule of thumb that I would do. So, and then also with social media, you could post something and then delete it, but it really is never like gone. So that's why you need to think through it more and more, because you can just search your name and it will pop up even though you think that you deleted it. So the next thing that he wanted me to talk about was the importance of setting goals and your work ethic and stuff like that. So for me, like growing up, I played softball from the age that I was like 5 all the way up until now. So it's been like a long time. But my personal goal was like, as long as I can remember, I like wanted to play college softball. But looking back, I thought that like my goal really was that I wanted just to, achieve like the best like softball player that I could be. So I work towards that every single day. But I think goals are really good because if you're focused on your goal, then your work ethic is gonna be there and you're gonna be driven towards that goal. It kind of like narrows your vision, I feel like, if you have a goal and you're focused on it. But I also want to talk to y'all about like your work ethic and stuff like that. So I always, I guess it's a goal of mine just to be like a good example for, my school ball team and stuff like that. Like I always want to do all the reps when we work out. I never want to, cheat the reps. And I always want to be, the first one at practice. I make a point to be there at least like 10 minutes early and be the last one to leave, and just always want to take extra reps and stuff like that. So the last thing he wanted to talk about is, or he asked me to talk about, was my faith. So my faith is like probably the most important thing in my life, because without it, I really wouldn't be the person I am. And I don't think I would be in the place that I am. So this is probably the most important thing to me. But so like, I guess all this started like starting high school. My friends started doing things that, I didn't agree with. Like they would, go to parties and like drink and start doing things that I didn't agree with. And because of my faith and because I knew who I was like through Christ and stuff, I could not do that and still be okay. And I feel like God really, helped me through that, because I know who I am through him. And, through a softball standpoint, I think God has really, given me a platform to be able to, impact him for the kingdom. And I'm just really grateful for that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Larissa, for your time. I would like to ask the girls if they have any questions for you. If who has a question? Okay, go ahead, Elise.
How many reps did it take for you to get every day to get where you are now?
I can't hear her. Will you repeat it?
How many reps did you take every day to get where you are today?
How many reps I take every day?
Yeah, how many reps do you do daily?
Okay, so for as long as I can remember, my dad has always every single time I ask him to throw to me, he'll go out there and throw to me. So I really just make it like an effort to do something every single day. So before this meet, I went down to the barn. My dad got me a batting cage, so we hit in it every night, but we hit for 30 minutes around. So, and then I at least try to take fielding practice. I take it twice a week, but then I try to hit every single day because I feel like if I hit every day, I'm more confident and I'm seeing the ball better in the game.
Yes. Yes.
Did you always have a positive attitude?
No, probably not. I really struggle with if I, get out or, keep on continuing to fail, then I, might start having a bad attitude. And I really have to focus on okay, stay positive. Because if you go up there up to bat, in a bad attitude, you're not going to get a hit. You have to keep a positive attitude. And I think that was, as much as I've grown is when I learned how to do that. So, yeah.
Okay, go Emma.
Okay. My question is, what positions do you play?
I play outfield. I used to play when I was little, I played shortstop, but I moved to the outfield a couple of years ago.
Okay, thank you.
Avery?
If someone brings you your team,
The question was if someone brings your team down, what do? You and your team, what do you do about it?
I really think that you should call it out, because if somebody's bringing your team down, you don't really need that type of negative energy, because I feel like a team performs better together if they're well knit and if they have a good bond and stuff like that, and if they're all working together. So I feel like you'd be you could tell them hey, keep your head up, you're good, go get in the field or something like that if they mess up hitting. But I think you should definitely bring it to their attention for sure.
One more question. Anybody? Okay, I got the question. Oh wait, okay. Maddie has one. I'm gonna turn it so you can see Maddie.
Okay.
She asked, what made you want to do softball?
Well, my parents signed me up for t-ball when I was 3. So I played that, and it's just always been it's just something that I've always done, I guess. But the thing that really made me want to keep going past, I know a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends played softball, but then they quit when we were around middle school and stuff. But I've just always been super competitive, and I always just had love for the game. So I stuck with it.
The final question is the nickname Larry. Can you explain that?
Okay, so my youth group at church, I went to Guatemala the summer before my freshman year in high school, and we were making plays for the kids in Guatemala. So we went to feeding centers and we would see a bunch of kids, so we would make a play to do it, and we had puppets, and my puppet was an old grandpa puppet. So I would have to hold it up above the blanket and move it. So then they started calling it Larry because it's a guy's name, I guess. So they called my old little grandpa puppet Larry. So it just they started calling me that too.
Great. Larissa, we thank you for your time tonight. Thanks for calling in. And I want all of us to say thanks as well.
Yeah, thank y'all. Good luck.
Larissa, thank you. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.